Wall Street Book Club. Evan Jefferson, brother, much love. Educating, elevating, because in knowledge is the power and we'll never give it up. Literature's for the masses. Where to put your money down, now how to watch your assets. Yeah, uplifting others is a passion. My brother Evan, he will turn it into action. New Black Wall Street Book Club. You should come read with us. Yeah, we comprehend and discuss. If we all just come together, there's no limit for us. Here comes your host, New Black Wall Street. Evan, take it away. New Black Wall Street Book Club.
All right, top of the morning to you, Grand Rising, to you beautiful people. Thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club, where Black folk do read. You put in a book like The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, and we absolutely will find it. I'm your host, ERGJ, your certified financial educator. Certified global financial educator and CEO of ERGJ Enterprises, The Black Bazaar, and international best-selling author of the book, The Black Billionaires Club. The book that I wrote, guys, is a study of Black wealth. It's a study of the 12 richest Black people in the world today and how they built their wealth. And I just truly believe that if you want to be wealthy, that's a big if, by the way. But if you do, I recommend that you study wealthy people. All right, you can find that book by simply going to the website, theblackbillionairesclub.com. You see that screen streaming on the bottom below, theblackbillionairesclub.com. Pick up your copy today. While you're there, there's a store that's available for you to find other financial literacy, building, and personal development books for adults and also for children in our store section. And also have a space there that says join the club. You can decide to join the club and connect with brothers and sisters who are serious about building wealth, building business while they build themselves. So if you're saying, hey, you know, I'm the smartest person in the room, it's time for me to find a new room, just quite possibly the Black Billionaires Club could be that room for you. You can make that decision to join the club today, $25 a month to change your fortune forever. $25 a month, change your fortune forever. And this is the New Black Wall Street Book Club. We're going to be getting into the book, The Wealth Choice. What I want to do is go ahead and recognize those that joined us early. Those that are here, go ahead and put in the comments below where you're connecting from, what city, what state, what country. What city, what state, what country. Also hit the like button and share button if you care. This is a space where we come together, we build our wealth consciousness. And there's some people that's connected to you that need to build their wealth consciousness as well. And we do that by what we eat, what we feed our mind, right? While we feed our mind, be ye renewed by the transforming of your mind. And so we're going to understand some of these wealth principles as we get into this thing today. The Wealth Choice, written by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. I'm broadcasting across the World Wide Web into Facebook and also YouTube, understanding that this is a global exposure here. And so we just love to know just how far our reach is, all the way here from Decatur. That's right, Decatur, where it's greater, Decatur, Georgia. That's exactly where we are connected from. Grand Rising to you, She-Rose in the house. Thanks so much for joining us here today. This brother out of Florida, Brother Tony Seawright, again, thanks so much for your support out of Ohio. Good morning to you, Queen Almond, Florida, again. Thanks so much for joining us here today. What's going on, man? Jurassic Clark is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us here today for the New Black Wall Street Book Club. You got your copy. So, guys, if you guys are in this book, you got run along with us. We're going to be going into page 123. My big bro, man. My young bro, not my big young bro. All the way from Atlanta, brother, Mr. Empar. He is the detail specialist, man. Grand Rising, thanks so much for joining us here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Miss Chelsea McDowell out of Lithia Springs, Georgia. Grand Rising to you. Miss Goodrich, thanks so much again. Good morning to you. Again, out of Connecticut, I believe. That's where you are. Boston, Massachusetts. I'm sorry, Boston. Good. My godmother's here. Grand Rising to you out of South Carolina. And Omaha, Nebraska is representing here as well. Do want to do a quick shout out. We do have some new sponsors. We got some new sponsors here today. So, of course, we do have the Black Billionaires Club, which is a group that we continue to build up together. If you're part of the BBC, go and put in the comments on hashtag BBC. Shout out to the BBC allowing us to do what we do to continue to bring literacy and financial empowerment to our community. Shout out to Blackberry Charisma. Blackberry Charisma, our new sponsor, saw value in what we're doing here, said, man, we're going to put our money where our mouth is and help support this movement here to uplift our people in the mind so we get to the rest. So check them out at www.blackberrycharisma.com, www.blackberrycharisma.com. And for the Hustler, it's a book series. We do have a book series out that helps you to level up in business. And also, I believe it comes with a consultation. If you get the book, you can get a consultation with a coach at hustlerbooks.com. Check them out there, hustlerbooks.com. Pick you up a copy of For the Hustler. And, of course, Big Sis Media. Everything that you saw from the visual to the, not the music, but the visual, the trailers, the flyers, all this stuff that comes from Big Sis Media. So if you need help, right, you need to get, you understand it's time for you to upgrade your digital presence. Make sure you contact Big Sis Media at bigsismediagroup.com, bigsismediagroup.com. All right, guys, let's get right to this thing, man. The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. You can find this book by going to his website at www.denniskimbro.com, www.denniskimbro.com. And today, we're going to continue our journey into the third law of wealth. So let's recap our first two laws that we have uncovered or discovered here in this book. The first law of wealth simply says this, that wealth begins in the mind and it ends in the purse. Wealth begins in the mind and it ends in the purse. Now, there's a concept that came from my brother. I forget who says this, but he said, man, if you'll invest, right, you'll invest your money to feed your mind. Later, you can basically extract from your mind to feed your wallet, right? You invest to feed your mind, and then later you can extract from your mind and actually feed your wallet. So wealth begins in mind and ends in the purse. The second law of wealth that we have discovered in this book, in this phenomenal book, is this, that you must decide now. Must decide now that you will not be poor. It's a decision. So once you begin to get the knowledge, and then you just simply have to make a decision, right? That poverty is not a part. Poverty stops here. Now, I'm not going to be poor. That's a decision that you and I can make. And then I'm pretty sure what backs that up is going to be the action that follows. I made a decision. Now my actions must align with my decision. And then I start moving to the land flowing with milk and honey. Grand Rising, Brother Knox is in the house, man. Thanks so much for joining us today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Well, let's continue our journey here into the third law of wealth. Here we're getting into the space of faith, beginning to understand how faith with works is alive and kicking, right? Faith with works is alive and kicking. Faith has made more millionaires than any other force, quality, or trait. Faith has made more millionaires than any other quality, force, or trait. New Black Wall Street Book Club, third law of wealth. Let's read. The world always makes way for the individual armed with the sustaining power of faith. Consider Johnny Cochran Jr. concentrating his rapt attention first on one juror, then another, going back over the entire line again and again, analyzing every member of the jury until he burned his argument into their souls, until he hypnotized every possible candidate with his purpose, until each member of the jury saw that Cochran's eyes thought Cochran's thoughts and felt Cochran's emotions. He never paused until he projected his mind into theirs. There was no escape from his concentration, his persuasive rhetoric, his convincing logic, his undeniable faith in the outcome of the trial. Carry the jury at all costs, he admonished young lawyers. Move heaven and earth to carry the jury. Do all that you can, the best that you can. But in the end, hold fast to your faith that both judge and jury will see your point of view. This strategy would serve to celebrate the defense lawyer well when he led an astute team of legal minds through a racially contentious maze that would be labeled the trial of the century, the O.J. Simpson murder trial. When it came to his earnings and financial well-being, Cochran never deviated from the faith-filled approach that attracted his millions in the first place. Notice he said, attracted his millions. Do your homework prior to making an investment decision, he told me over dinner. Locate the best talent, the best money managers, the most astute financial advisors. Make sure that they buy into your fiscal thinking, your monetary outlook. As I did in the legal profession, I set a goal to develop a wealth-building dream team and create a network of relationships in the financial sphere. Once my team reviews any and all deals, I just move out on faith. Notice what he said here. Do your homework. Everybody put in console, do my homework. Do your homework prior to making any investment decision. Now, I find this interesting because this is a defense lawyer giving some advice on, putting together a dream team in the financial space. Do your homework prior to making any investment decision. Now, of course, many of us, homework is boring. We want to just jump right into that thing. I'm naive. Yeah, we've seen a lot of people, go broke over over being naive. An overnight success that was 20 years in the making, Terry McMillan might be as far as you can get from the traditional image of a tweety nautilus. Free-spirited, outspoken, and sassy, she wears stylish clothes, lives in a plush Southwestern-style house near Oakland, California, and points out the amounts of money earned or owed to her with the ease of an agent. Book advances, paperback rights, foreign publishing contracts, movie options, book clubs, and impending presentations. Her walk-in closets feature rows of designer attire and accessories. The trendy earrings she collects have become her signature alongside her white sunroof BMW that bears Arizona plates, a vestige of her last teaching assignment in Tucson. McMillan, who still holds a tenured post at the University of Arizona, will certainly never be forced to teach again. But reaching financial independence has been anything but easy. Although the top magazines and New York editors routinely returned her manuscripts, suggesting that she stick to her day job as a word processor, it is said that the acclaimed writer turned over entire libraries, hoping to ensure that every word, every phrase, every sentence, and every paragraph fit seamlessly, like hand to glove, before she thought her novel was worthy of publication. The oldest of 5 children, McMillan was born in Port Huron, Michigan, a predominantly white working-class community. Her father, who suffered from tuberculosis and was confined to a sanitarium during most of McMillan's childhood, battled the lingering effects of alcoholism as well. While McMillan was in middle school, her father left the family, which forced her mother to take on a variety of minimum wage jobs, including as a domestic and an assembly line worker. McMillan credits her mother, widowed when she was 16, with teaching me and the 5 siblings the value of faith, taking risks, and resiliency. To assist my family finances, McMillan found a job shelving books at a local library. There, her imagination roamed. Always an avid reader, she became totally absorbed in the classics, particularly Hawthorne and Louisa May Alcott, Henry David Thoreau, and Ralph Waldo Emerson. After studying these prolific writers, McMillan falsely believed that the literary world was reserved for wealthy whites only. But this perception would soon change. With only $300 to her name, she moved to Los Angeles, working as a secretary by day and taking classes in African-American literature at a local college at night. In this setting, McMillan was introduced to the works of Black writers such as Richard Wright, Zora Neale Hurston, Jean Toomer, and Ann Petrie, whose novels The Street, replete with its frank, provocative, and open depiction of Black urban love and life, would greatly influence McMillan's writing style. By the time she left Los Angeles to New York City to attend graduate school at Columbia, McMillan had a bachelor's degree in journalism from the University of California at Berkeley and a love affair with writing. 26 credits shy of her master's degree, she left Columbia and joined the Harlem Writers Guild, where, while working as a word processor and raising an infant son alone, she wrote and published her first novel, Mama. The novel was based on just one of several short stories that McMillan had tried with limited success to get into print. When the Harlem Writers Guild accepted her into the program and told her that Mama should really be a novel, not a short story, McMillan expanded the manuscript to nearly 400 pages. Her highly autobiographical, highly autobiographical in tone, the book explores the grim and humorous realities of an urban African-American family. On a whim, she sent her work to Houghton Mifflin, a first-tier New York publisher, hoping that she would at least receive free editorial advice. She was pleasantly surprised 4 days later when an editor called and mentioned that she loved her story and hoped to publish her book. McMillan knew the power of publicity and was determined not to allow her debut novel to go unnoticed. When the publisher told her that it could not afford a full-blown media blitz, she decided to promote the book on her own. Using the facilities at the law firm where she then worked as a typist, McMillan wrote more than 3,000 letters to prospective readers and bookstores who found her approach hard to resist. By the end of the summer of 1987, she had attracted several offers for readings and presentations. Next, she had coordinated and personally financed an exhaustive media tour, a cross-country odyssey that included nightclubs, hair salons, and churches, providing that she was more than willing to peddle her book out of the trunk of her car to anyone who would stop and listen. Her faith and relentless determination touched a core with readers, and her success story has become one of the most remarkable in the publishing industry. The novel received positive reviews, and her ceaseless letter writing campaign and reading tours created a template of how to sell African-American readers. 6 weeks after Mama was published, the book rushed into its third printing. Although her first two works enjoyed a welcome level of success, her third book, Waiting to Excel, which spent 3 months on the New York Times bestseller list and swept the nation's bedrooms, beaches, college campuses, reading groups, and rush hour subway trains, selling more than 700,000 hard copies in the process and nearly 4 million more in paper book, made her a millionaire. Not since Alice Walker's The Color Purple had there been such discussion about the state of relations between African-American men and women. The fact that a Black female author was profiling vivid characters with whom many Black women could identify had the added effect of proving to booksellers that there's a sizable, previously ignored market for Black fiction. Just as the $67 million for the film version proved there is a sizable market for Black movies. Regardless of the size of your dream or the state of your resources, nothing lies beyond the reach of faith. Let me repeat that again for the people in the back. Regardless, everybody put in comments on regardless of the size of my dream or the state of my resources, there's nothing that lies beyond the reach of my faith. This divine force looks past obstacles that would discourage most. This spiritual connection backs all achievement, sees triumph beyond temporary defeat, and carries the day. Faith is the locksmith that opens all doors that no obstacle can bar, no difficulty or disaster can dishearten, or no misfortune can swerve from its intended purpose. Faith is a friend and a willing ally to the down and out, the have-nots, and those who complain that the door to financial success is locked and gated. If they only knew that each of us receives in life what we concentrate on with all our might. If they only knew that each of us receives in life what we concentrate on with all our might. That begs the question, what is it that you think about? Let me repeat this one more time. If we only knew that each of us receives in life what we concentrate on with all our might. What do you concentrate on? Y'all already know what I concentrate on. I concentrate on getting to the bag. I concentrate on $1 billion status. I concentrate on 10 digits all day long. Billionaire is where I'm headed. What do you concentrate on though? What are you thinking about all the time? What is it that this thought that you just can't seem to let go? If we only knew that each of us receives in life that which we concentrate on with all our might. What has captured you? What has got your attention? What is it that you concentrate on? Now, I want us to really think about this for a second, because there could be things that we say that we want in life, but we don't concentrate on those things. There could be a real mix in what we really be thinking about, what really gets in our mind, what really, really grabs our attention versus what we say that we want. And for some of us, that is a problem, because what we're thinking about all the time is not really getting us to the place where we say we want to be. And we haven't made that connection. Well, wait a second. I need to get a hold of, I need to take control of what I think about. Everybody put also take control. I've got to take control of what I think about. Now, what does that look like? I'm telling you, this year has been an absolutely phenomenal year because I started thinking about what I was feeding myself, whether it be what I read or whether it be what I saw or whether it be what I heard. I start thinking about the people that I associated with and who has to go so that I can make sure that I'm clear to be able to concentrate on what I want out of this life. Not what my mom want or my dad want or my sister and them and mom and them and auntie and them and Ray Ray and Pookie and them want for me. Not what I want. And what I want is not necessarily what you want for your life. But my question is, as you consider what you say that you want, does that really something that you concentrate on, that you dream about, that you wake up to, that it consumes you, that you are you got crazy faith and that you are obsessed with this idea, with this dream, with this aspiration, with this goal or whatever it is that you got? Has it taken control? Has it consumed you? Or is it just a fleeting thought? It sounds good to tell people that this is what I want, but when you really start getting into the dark places, the secret places, time alone, you can't seem to hold that thought. If we only knew that each of us receives in life what we concentrate on with all our might. There's no need to wait for luck. There's no need to wait for luck. No, for outside assistance or for capital or for a boost or for anything or anyone other than ourselves. Here lies our helping hand. Although our level of financial attainment, whatever we are, rich or poor, wealthy or penniless, may rest in our hands, any enduring change begins with our ability to exercise our own faith. Everybody put a console exercise. There's no need to wait for luck or for outside assistance or for capital or for a boost or for anything or anyone other than ourselves. Here lies your helping hand. Although our level of financial attainment, whether we are rich or poor, whether we are wealthy or penniless, may rest in our hands. Any enduring change begins with our own ability to exercise our own faith. After speaking before 1,000 followers at the Washington, D.C. gathering, McMillan was cornered by an inspiring writer seeking to gain inside advice. The young admirer proudly shared that she had recently spent 6 days on a poem she hoped to publish. Unimpressed, this esteemed author lit a flame under the would-be hopeful and urged her to polish her craft. "Oh, really?" was McMillan's response. "I've never spent less than 6 months on any material that I hope would make it into a publisher's desk. Nothing is denied to anyone who is willing to pay the price. Though some of my readers may view me as a rock star, I can recall the days in which I was a struggling writer who was trying to find an audience for my voice. Whatever position I've attained is due to my faith. God gives us what we need when we really need it." God gives us what we need when we really need it. Now, notice this. She said, I spent at least 6 months on a project. You're talking about you wrote a poem in 6 days. A zest for life. A zest for life. New Black Wall Street Book Club. Let's keep reading. We'll probably stop here. Self-made millionaires approach every activity with inner belief and fervor. Their friends and associates often speak of their incredible energy and zest for life. If these qualities don't describe you, I suggest that you begin to develop the habit of embracing each day as an exciting new adventure. When you woke up this morning on this magnificent Monday, did you embrace today as an exciting new adventure? I tell you, for me, I wake up every day thinking about the treasure hunt. I realize each and every day I'm hustling to go find me some treasure. The day to me is just a treasure hunt. I'm trying to find some coins somewhere. That's what I do. That's how I approach the day. I approach the day as like, oh, It's something out there. It's some coins out there some way. It's just hidden from the, it's hidden beyond the surface. I just got to go dig somewhere, right, and find me some coins. It's a treasure hunt to me. How do you perceive your day? How would you describe how you approach your day? He said, embracing each day as an exciting new adventure. Now, before I got into the money piece, I started to think about days like this. Like every day was Christmas Eve, right? When I went to bed, it was Christmas Eve, and every day was Christmas Day. I get a chance to wake up every day and go open some presents. Every day. I get a chance. I got another opportunity to open some presents. That God has stuff waiting for me to just go open. That could be in people. That could be in projects. That could be at the gas station. It doesn't matter. I get the opportunity every day, anticipating, right? Looking forward to opening some presents. How about you? How about you? At the conclusion of a Sunday service, a member of the Dallas, Texas-based Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship approached the celebratory pastor, Tony Evans, with the following question. Dr. Evans, what would you do if you knew you would die tomorrow? Just what I do every day in my life, he responded calmly. I would end my day with prayer only to wake up in glory. As a senior pastor and one of the most respected leaders in evangelical circles, Evans has not only taken his congregation from 10 believers who met weekly in his home to more than 8,000 members, but he has also revolutionized the traditionally conservative role of Christianity in the community. Without his sublime faith or fierce commitment to his mission, how could this once unknown preacher build such a ministry? Here's a clue. With regard to the pastor's divine self-confidence, Henry Van Dyke, the 19th century educator and writer, provides the answer. Where you find a flower, you know there must have been a seed. Where you find a river, there must have been a spring. Where you find a flame, there must have been a fire. And when you find a man beloved and blessed of God, there must be faith. Whatever it was, whether it was Abraham going out not knowing whether, or Moses contending with Pharaoh, or Paul proclaiming the Gospels, or Dr. Evans saving the least, the last, and the lost in the end, men and women of faith win. When asked to explain how he achieved his mission, the pastor replied, the secret and source of all wealth, all success, and all heroic achievement has been and will forever be faith. Everybody put in the comments below, I got faith. Dr. Evans said the secret and source of all wealth, all success, and all heroic achievement has been and will forever be faith. And I got faith. The Wealth Choice by Dr. Dennis Kimbro. And the third law of wealth, or we continue along here, guys. We are making some good progress. We're in a chapter of believing in yourself when no one else will. We read about Dr. Evans today. We read about Terry McMillan today. We finished, I think we finished up reading about a little bit about, Johnny Cochran today. We read about him as well, as we have journeyed from last episode. We read about, finished up with Steve Harvey and Kathy Hughes. So he's weaving in these black millionaires into the book for us to recognize and see. Number one, I would say that if they can do it, we can do it. It's a lot easier for us now than it was back for them. We start talking about 70s, 60s, 50s. We talking about 50 years ago, 60 years ago, stuff like that. Like, that's a little long. That's a long time ago. And we got more access, right? We got more access to knowledge, to resources, to the internet. Like, we ain't got no excuse. I mean, if them putting into work with the stuff that we have now, they will be billionaires, not just millionaires. So we don't have no excuse. I would say simply is either we don't know or we don't want to. That's all I can come up with at this point. I'm at the point where it's like either you just simply don't know or you simply don't want to. And that last part, that's a part of what we call the skill and the will. I got the skill, but I don't have the will. I got the will, but I don't have the skill. I don't have the skill. I don't have the will. I don't know what to do. In the comments below, I'd love you to share something that you learned today, your takeaway. What really stuck out to you? What was the seed that was implanted into your heart, your mind, your body, and your soul? That you're saying, I'm going to chew on this thing, and I'm going to get this thing in me as I level up, right? As I level up in my wealth consciousness, understanding that wealth begins in the mind and it ends in the purse. I'm simply asking you to answer this question in the comments below. Was this worth your time, and why? Was this worth your time, and why? While you guys are doing that, I want to make you guys aware that tonight is Black Man Monday. So at 8 p.m., we're going to have a special broadcast for our brothers as we honor Black men that are making a difference in our community. We're going to uplift, inspire, and encourage the Black man all day long, and it's going to culminate with our broadcast at 8 p.m. tonight. We've been reading through the book, The Wealth Choice, written by Dr. Dennis Kimbro, Success Secrets of Black Millionaires, which you can find at www.denniskimbro.com, www.denniskimbro.com. Shout out to our sponsors, Black Billionaires Club. You can check them out there as well. Buy the book, become a member of the club, Blackberry Charisma. Again, shout out to this sponsor here, www.blackberrycharisma.com, for the Hustler, the book series. Check them out at hustlerbooks.com. That's a Black author there. Give you some business coaching as well. And Big Sis Media. If you need to upgrade 2021, you don't have a strong digital virtual presence, Big Sis Media can help you out. That's bigsismediagroup.com, bigsismediagroup.com. Here today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. What's going on, Miss Patton's in the house? Cyrus Buchanan has joined us as well. Thanks so much, man. Skill plus will plus faith. Absolutely, brother. See, right, man. Out there teaching all of you. If it simply takes faith, definitely worth the time. So many gems. Man, I support the men's. Absolutely. I appreciate that as well. Each day is a new adventure. You got that right, Shiro. Absolutely, man. Thanks so much for joining us today on the New Black Wall Street Book Club. First time catching you live on the West Coast. All right. West Side in the house, man. Appreciate you. I guess that's California, I'd imagine. Thanks so much for joining us today on New Black Wall Street Book Club. Well, beautiful people, I want to say thanks so much for tuning in here today, where Black folk do read, right? You put it in a book like The Wealth Choice, and we absolutely will find it. 30 minutes a day to keep broke and stupid away. I want you guys to remember this, that it takes a village. It starts with us. Let's build as we climb together. We all we got, beautiful people. Matter of fact, we all we need. And thank God, that's more than enough. Until next episode, you know what time it is. Mr. DJ, hit the music.
It's the New Black Wall Street Book Club. With your host, Evan Jefferson. It's time for us to go. Yeah. Now, you ain't got to leave the computer, but we encourage you to get out there and learn and apply all the things you learn at the New Black Wall Street Book Club. Yeah. The New Black Wall Street. The New Black Wall Street Book Club.